Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 5. Each week I draw 2 prompts out of my bag. All the prompts from the beginning of the challenge to the end are in here. I just draw 2 each Monday, and then the idea is to take those prompts and use them in a piece of ephemera, or if you want to do like a painting or a collage or any of those kind of things, you can do that. So, for example, last week I drew favorite plant. So I made this with the succulents, this tag, and it's a pocket. And then on the inside, of course, there's another journaling card. And that's a freebie in that I gave on that video. So if you go back to that video, if you didn't get it, you can find it in the description box of that video. So that was favorite plant. And then number 16 was favorite fairy tale. So I drew, or I made this journaling card with Sleeping Beauty. So that's the idea. And then by the end of the 25-week period, you'll have a stack of 50 pieces of ephemera or whatever it is that you like to make. So this week we are on number 17 and 18. So number 17 will be favorite book character. I mean, that's kind of along the lines of what we did last week, but there's so many more options with this one, I feel like. So this is 17. And it seems like these do run the similar ones together, which is interesting. And then number 18, if I can get a hold of just one here. Oh, I still got 2. I'm going to stir them up. Okay, 18 is superhero, and that can be however you want to interpret it. It doesn't have to be, you know, Superman. It can be whatever you want, okay? So you interpret it the way you want. So 17, favorite book character. Number 18, a superhero. That could even mean something like your mom or dad, or you know what I mean? Like somebody in your family that really inspires you, something like that. So however you want to interpret it. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So favorite book character, pretty much hands down, Sacagawea. The character and this book are just fantastic, and I've read it a couple of times. I should probably read it again. It's been a few years since I read it, but anyways, just fantastic story. And she was amazing. She was very young when she traveled with Lewis and Clark across the United States, and she had a baby on the trip, and she packed him with her, and it's just an amazing story, and it really tells you what these people were made of then, and it's quite amazing because I couldn't have done it. So yes, I love her as who she is and the book character. So I have a picture of Sacagawea and her son Jean-Baptiste. So we're going to make a pocket with that. I have some onion dyed paper that you can see I folded. It's just folded in half first, and then I folded about 1.5 inches like that, because we're going to do, you know, a kind of a longer pocket, because I have this watercolor I did last summer, and I just thought that would be kind of a cool piece to put in that pocket. So that is what we're going to do. So how are you guys? I hope that you're fantastic. I need to cut that piece off. I gotta grab my cutter. And yes, I'm sorry, my fan is blowing. I know that sometimes those are annoying noises because they seem to be so much louder than they actually are for some unknown reason. But I'm gonna mark this because I'll mess it up if I don't. But yeah, it's just kind of roasty toasty. Much better today though. When I walked this morning, it was 56 degrees. So I will take that. That's like perfect walking temperature, in my opinion. Did I get this straight? Probably not. All right, so then what we're gonna do is fold the bottom up, because you know, maybe I like this side better. I think I do. I'm just going to do it that way, even though that flap is that direction. I don't think it'll matter. And I'm just folding, well, let me fold a little bit more. Probably about 1/2 inch roughly up. It doesn't matter. You just need something to obviously close up the bottom is all we got to do. So I hope you guys are well. I want to say hugs and blessings to Annette, Mitzi, and Janet. Thank you so much for watching me all the time and for your kind comments. I really, really appreciate you guys. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those who have followed me for a short time or a long time. I appreciate all of you. Could not do this without you guys, so thank you. And we don't need that extra piece, right? And we don't need this extra piece over here either. So we'll just cut those off. So for me, it is Friday. I know it's Monday for you guys when you see this. Oh, you know what? I did that. Well, that's the back now. It's fine because it'll probably mostly get covered anyway. Durr. I cut the wrong flap off if I wanted to have this as the front, so it's fine. And I have not cut that straight, or I folded it crooked or something, so we're going to just trim a tiny bit more off of that. That was awful. It's definitely a difficulty for me with this cutter. I'm going to trim a little bit off of this because, well, it would be kind of too tall though, so we're going to make it 7.5 inches tall. There's a little tear over there, but that is okay. And this is from my wonderful friend Betty Ann. So my tag is going to hang up, but it won't hang over the page because it is, I don't think I cut it too tall. Yeah, it's at 8, so that's perfectly fine. So we're going to go with that. So basically, I have made these type of pockets a million times. I'm sure you've all seen them a million times, but I was going to use an envelope, but I didn't want the window because there was no reason for a window in it. Because you probably would have seen like this much of that, and that's kind of weird. So I just decided to make a simple pocket. We're going to use some other papers too. Should probably cut this just so, and it really doesn't even need to be this wide either. Cut a little bit of that off. There's really no reason. And why did I do it that way? I don't know, because I didn't think about it. It's a lot of flying by the seat of our pants around here. All right. That'll work. We are going to put something along here just to strengthen that. And plus, like I said, there's a little tear right there, which is no big deal. It's just, it'll help to strengthen and keep that all together. Yes, I love that story. Oh my goodness, it is just a fantastic story. Like I said, if you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. I can't remember how old she was because, like I said, it has been a while since I read that. But obviously was pregnant at the beginning of the trip and then had the baby while they were on the trip and continued, you know, can you imagine walking and sometimes going by rafts on rivers, and sometimes they were going down rivers very excessively fast and everything with a baby. I just can't imagine. They got to parts where they were their moccasins like fell apart, and you know, they didn't have any access to any more, and their feet were bleeding and cracked from walking on the hot cracked mud. I mean, just, it was amazing. It was just completely amazing. And how she went all that way with them. I'm not gonna lie, her husband was a kind of a pain. Oh, that's the nicest thing I have to say, so that's what I'll say. But this is just an amazing journey. Amazing. So yes, I do love her as a character. I mean, she's not just a character, she's a real person, but it was just an excellent book. It definitely makes you realize how kind of, for lack of a better term, wimpy we are. Because like I said, I couldn't have done that journey. I would have croaked over. And yeah, it just really makes you think what those early adventurers, explorers, you know, frontiers people, all of it in America was just amazing to me. Just amazing. I also like From Sea to Shining Sea, which is another version of that trek. You know, a lot of the same stuff, but also some other facts and things that you might not know, and that's another one that I highly recommend. That's written by a different author, but it's excellent. If you like those kind of reads, that historical fiction where it's based in reality, but of course we don't know every conversation they had, and you know, so a lot of that's not real, but you could probably guess that a lot of it is pretty on point. Right, so that is going to go on there, and then I'm going to use some of this paper. This is from my grungy kit. I think I want this side, and put a piece of this on there. I like the flowers. I'm just going to tear this. That's my favorite genre to read, is historical fiction, but it's hard to find. I haven't found one that I've liked a whole lot in quite some time. So I get, you know, listening to the mysteries and all that instead, which aren't quite as good, but they're entertaining. Very, very good book. Might just take a little nip out of that, and I'll probably just mess it up because that sounds right. Let me see how much of it. I'll put a mark on it, so that'll make it better. I mean, it's not a lot, but I don't want it to look weird right there. It'll probably look weirder now, but I know some people are going, no, don't do it. I understand, because it usually doesn't work, does it? I need a little bit more. Like the punch doesn't work, or I don't know, it's always something. Or you just mess it up, kind of like I just did. Yeah, that doesn't really help, does it? All right, that will work. Put that on. I think that will be pretty. She was Shoshone Indian, so she's actually from this general area around here. Originally, before she unfortunately ran into her husband. Oopsie. I think I might need a little book page, something like that. This paper. This is one that my aunt did. I think I need something with script on it. This is a digital piece, but it works. It's got script. I don't want to cover up that blue flower that much. I mean, I probably will with this, huh? Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. I should probably go up higher because I'm going to have a lot of that doesn't really have anything on it, but I don't know, not everything has to have something, I guess. Oops. Then I have some flowers that I cut out of this paper. They look a little better that way. And a leaf, and this was on a tag, or this isn't a leaf, it's a feather, Amy. That was on a tag that I had. I just cut it out because I don't use a whole lot of the style that it was on. But I do like the feather, and it's got the gold. Maybe I do want them this way. And I believe, I could be wrong, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but her name means something like little bird or something like that, if I remember right. Like I said, it's been years since I read that, but believe that's the case. Something to do with the bird, I do know that. I'm not going to push that down because I need to tuck this under and over and all of that. I don't have a lot of decorations that would go really with the style. Maybe that's what I need to do, is make a digital in this style. I've got another one I'm working on right now, but maybe I will think about that. Problem is we're coming up on that Christmas time of the year where I've got to start making Christmas stuff, or it's not going to get done. Halloween first, but all right, so that'll go in there. We're gonna ink this up. I don't think I'm gonna do anything to this because this would just be like it's just an art piece. I mean, it isn't my favorite. It's the first feather I ever painted, but, or one of the first, because I think I tried a few before I did the video, but yeah. It will. It's hand done, okay? All right. I think I actually just like it the way it is. Who knows, eventually I may put something there, but I like it. All right, so Sacagawea, my favorite book character. And then we have superheroes. So what I decided to do for that, because I knew I would never use it if it was like, you know, the Superman kind of superhero. But I'm saying military veterans, military troops, those people are heroes to me because, wow. I mean, that's just another amazing thing to think about. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use some of my, these are in my patriotic kit. So I think I will use these. The color on this envelope, it's an old envelope. It's really weird. So I'm just going to go with what I have because that's what I have. But the color isn't going to match perfectly or anything. This envelope's really cool. It's just the colors are very strange. After time, I'm sure. When it was new, it probably didn't quite look that way. But yes, military veterans, current troops, all of that. Very grateful for them. All those guys and gals in the trenches, right? Literally and figuratively. That there, and then I'm going to cut that envelope, and we're going to have it as one of those kind of hidden journaling spots, or kind of like a hidden tag sort of thing, because those are fun, and I haven't made one in a while. You could definitely use an envelope instead of that if you had the plain ones. Well, you could do a window one. I just didn't want to do a window one, and I didn't have any of the all plain ones, but you could definitely do that because it's about the size of an envelope. And I had that beautiful paper, which I ended up covering most of, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna put that probably about there. I'm gonna have to tear some of this off, which is kind of sad days, but trying to decide if I want, I'm just going to tear a little off each side. I love this image. Just found it on the internet. So cool. Amazing people it takes to do that for all the rest of us. It's just amazing. Yeah, that's fine. It's not hanging off the envelope. It's hanging onto there a little, but that's okay. If you hear any crashing and banging and things, my husband has the furnace air conditioner tune-up guys coming, so that's probably what it is if you hear it. Of course, you can choose to do the superhero in whatever way that you like. You can actually do the Hulk if you want to. I know for the people overseas, it's kind of that's a hard, or not hard, because there's always people that are superhero-esque in our lives, but, you know, they don't have as much of that in their culture, I don't think, as Americans do, as far as Superman and all that jazz. That's why I'm saying just do whatever works for you. Whatever makes you think of something amazing, someone amazing, whatever. Trying to find book page that I want to use. Not that one. I don't know what happened to all my kind of vintagey looking book page. There's one. That it's too bright white. Just want a little something to break this up a little. Oh, we got to leave room up there to cut that top part off, so I need to remember that. So I think something like that will work. And these little extra pieces too are from my Patriotic Digital. This is really fragile paper. Just falls apart. I love this image because it can represent, you know, so many different troops. I know there's not a lady there, but I just like it because you don't see faces, you know, so that's just kind of cool. Okay, then we're going to seal our envelope. See, look at the difference in the color. From its original color to what it became. Isn't that cool? It's from the early 50s. So it's very cool. And then this, I think I'll just leave all that the way it is. Cut the top. And then we're going to slip another piece of paper in there to be our kind of hidden little spot. I think I'll just cut right about where those stars are. And what are we going to put in there? What works well is if you have a piece of manila file folder, which I don't think I have. Ooh, I do. It just works good because it's about like, what do you call it? Cardstock. Of course you could use cardstock, but these are cheaper than cardstock, so. Well, probably not when if you're going per page. It'd help if I measured this. So I think I'll go with 3.5 and we'll see how that fits. I like the way these ink up too, they look good. Three and a half, how long is this together? 6.5. So just barely, like the tick below 6.5. Because you want it to fit up inside of this. I mean, granted, it doesn't have to go to the top of that, but it doesn't hurt for it to go to the top of that, so. And then, you know, it's kind of nice if it goes to the bottom. All the way up. What's it getting caught on? What are you getting caught on? There we go. And then you glue this in the middle, central. And then we just want to make sure that's going to work before I glue it all together. Is it too long? No. What is the deal? And also round the corners, which I think I will do with that because it's just being difficult. Just to be difficult. It's not in the bottom part. There we go. It just wasn't going to go in there. All right. So we'll get this glued. And I really don't want that all over that glue on the cards. Come this direction, hopefully. And my husband's closing windows, so you can hear the slamming. And we'll ink this. And of course you can put stuff on this as well. I think I kind of just want to leave it the way it is. Because you could write on the whole piece, but you could also decorate it further. I'm just going to put a little ink across here because you can see the lighter color paper. I should have done that across there too, but I didn't. I don't know what it's getting caught on. I can't figure that out for the life of me. Oh, I know, it's the lip of the, there's a fold, this little flap that folds on the inside. So it's just, just gotta play with it till it goes in. All right, so that is what I have for superhero. Favorite book character, Sacagawea. My idea of a superhero is the wonderful military veterans and the people that are serving now. So yeah, that's fun. I think you could put that in a pocket, would be cool, because then you could write on the back of it. This one I'd probably glue down onto a page. This would be good in a tall, skinny journal, like, you know, right in the center, and then you could have a tuck or have it as a belly band. So that is what I have for today. So you interpret the prompts as you like and have fun with it. All right, guys, I will see you again soon. Love ya. Bye.